All right, let's get right into it. For centuries, luxury has been all about things you can actually touch, right? A beautifully made watch, a leather handbag, a high-performance car. But what happens when legendary brands like Gucci and Porsche start selling products that, well, don't exist in the physical world? We're going to explore how NFTs are letting luxury go virtual and what that really means for the very idea of value itself. So, here's a question for you. What could a legendary Italian fashion house, a German sports car icon, and a classic American jeweler possibly have in common? I'll tell you, the answer probably isn't what you're thinking. It's got nothing to do with their history or their physical stuff. It's all about their future. You see, they've all taken a huge leap into the metaverse. These shared virtual worlds. Let's take Gucci. They're now selling virtual handbags on the gaming platform Roblox. And get this, some of these digital bags have resold for more than the real physical ones. Wild, right? And then you've got Louis Vuitton. They didn't just sell a digital item. They went all in and launched a whole video game, complete with collectible NFTs that players could actually find and own. Burberry's on a similar track. They're creating their own branded characters and unique digital accessories for a popular blockchain game called Blanco's Block Party. And that's a game where the items you own have actual real-world value. And this is not just a fashion thing. Even a brand like Porsche, which is built on pure physical engineering, is getting in on the action. They're auctioning off one-of-a-kind pieces of digital art as NFTs. Now, you might be thinking these are just a few isolated experiments. But nope. A recent study looked at 40 different luxury NFT campaigns. A number like that tells you this is a serious, full-blown trend, not just some passing fad. But this whole movement brings up a huge, massive paradox. Forever, luxury has been built on one thing: physical scarcity, exclusivity. So how in the world can that work in the digital world, where you can copy and paste anything a million times over perfectly? And this really lays out the core problem. On one hand, you have physical luxury. Its value comes from being rare and hard to get. It's about the special materials, the hours of craftsmanship. But on the other hand, digital goods have the exact opposite problem. Their value is always at risk because they're just so easy to reproduce. So how did these brands solve this problem? How do you make something valuable when you can have infinite copies of it? Well, they turned to a technology that was specifically designed to create provable scarcity in the digital world. And that technology is NFTs. So what is an NFT, really? The easiest way to think about it is like a digital certificate of authenticity. It's a unique bit of code stored on a blockchain that proves you own a specific digital thing. It lets a brand say, yeah, there might be a lot of copies out there, but this is the original, and we can prove who owns it. It's what makes a digital file unique, and because of that, scarce. Okay, so now that they have this tool, these brands aren't just trying to copy their old tricks online. The research that we're looking at today actually pinpoints 6 totally new ways that luxury brands are creating value in this virtual space. And this is the framework the researchers came up with. It's brilliant. They grouped these 6 different value drivers into 3 main categories. You've got identity and social status, then experience and utility, and finally some very real economic benefits. So let's break each of those down. Okay, first up, identity and social status. This is all about how you show up online, how you project yourself. NFTs let you have true virtual self-expression, like owning a totally unique digital jacket for your avatar. But they also create new ways to show distinction. Owning a certain brand's NFT might be the only way you get into an exclusive, members-only digital club. It really is the new velvet rope. Next, we have experience and utility. This is all about what these virtual things can actually do. Brands are building these amazing virtual experiences, like games where you can actually play to earn valuable stuff. But there's a practical side too. These digital items can often be taken from one game to another. That's what interoperability means. And because they live on a blockchain, they're permanent in a way that your typical in-game item just isn't. And finally, we get to the bottom line, the cold, hard economic benefits. These digital items are not just for looks. They are tradable assets, and they have real investment potential. Even better, owning one can act like a key, giving you access to future perks like exclusive sales or free airdrops, which are basically surprise bonus items that just show up in your account. That creates a source of real, ongoing value. So, when you put all of that together, digital identity, brand new experiences, and real economic potential, it becomes crystal clear. This isn't just some slick digital marketing gimmick. What we're witnessing here is the birth of an entirely new paradigm. The researchers studying this actually gave it a name: virtual luxury. Think of it as a new kind of luxury, born and raised in the metaverse. It's built on digital scarcity, and it delivers value across all those areas we just talked about, from expressing yourself all the way to making a profit. This comparison just makes it so clear. Traditional luxury is physical. You judge it by its materials, its craftsmanship. Its function is pretty much fixed. But virtual luxury, it's purely digital. Its quality is signaled by its visual design and its proven rarity. And maybe most importantly, its functionality is dynamic. It can change, evolve, and be used in all sorts of different digital places. And that brings us to the really big question, right? What does all this mean for the future? As more and more of our lives are lived online, this trend is forcing us to completely rethink what status and value even are anymore. This isn't happening in a vacuum. It's really just the next step in a long evolution. Luxury started as something totally exclusive, only for the elite. In the 20th century, it got a little more accessible. Then, with digitalization, we started to value experiential luxury, like amazing trips. And now, as we head into the metaverse era, we're seeing the rise of virtual luxury. Luxury made not for us, but for our avatars, our digital selves. The authors of the study really summed it up perfectly. They said that these virtual products are, and I'm quoting here, overturning the previous understanding of luxury products based on their physical form. This isn't just a small change, it's a complete revolution. So, I'll leave you with this final thought to chew on. As our social lives, our work lives, our entire lives continue to move online, which one of these is ultimately going to matter more as a signal of who you are? The watch on your physical wrist or the watch on your digital avatar?